Hi guys, Sirena, Barefoot Rose. So happy for you to be here. Thank you for coming and stopping by. I think I saw we have like 780 or something subscribers. What? Wow. It'd be great to reach 1,000. Even 800. That'd be great. Anyway, how are you guys? So my human experiment's going well. I've incorporated, but first of all, I want to say this. I was outside drinking my coffee and just enjoying the beautiful outside. And I heard, just get out of your own way, 55. Just go along with what you have. Get out of your own way. Meaning what? Meaning stop getting your human involved and thinking shit to death. Get out of your own way. The thinking part's paralyzing. I feel like I'm a broken record. Like this is what we always talk about. And I mean, it has to be said again and again and again. And I'm getting it until you get it. But get out of your own way. You have your ideas, implement them, do one thing at a time. Me, I don't know if you're like me, but I want to figure everything out. Right? Meow. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole thing for me. I got a couple quotes that I'm going to post, so look in the post tab. They're pretty good. So I ran across on Mike's YouTube. I was watching, flicking through his YouTube on the TV last night. And these things about Tesla is coming up, And as I was watching that, and I shared that one, actually. It blew my mind because I'm like, that's all the things I've been talking about. But this always happens. I get the messages or I talk about, I get them, excuse me. And then I speak about it, and then I run across things, So Tesla thinks exactly the way I do. And I was like, Tesla wants the same thing that I want, that Jesus wanted, raising the consciousness, knowing that we are eternal beings and the soul goes back to the soul, all of that. And it's all a frequency and a vibration and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, but go to my post tab and you'll see it. You'll see it in there. Edgar Casey spoke of things, but Tesla really wanted to have free energy and, and help humanity, and people just, I'm hearing, free themselves from the confines of their human mind, of their own mind. I say it in my way, and they say it in theirs, and it's bringing me back to those videos, or that video I shot about, maybe I have a couple different times, about saying kind of the same thing, but we say it in a different way, so it hits different for different people, and how they process things, right? Yeah. I think I spoke about this nature jab guy. I haven't looked at any of his videos. I've only seen posts that he's done, and I just know that he takes plastic, which is, we have an overabundance of fucking plastic we can't get rid of, and it doesn't degrade, it just is, and it's killing, sea life, ocean life, and it's just fucking shit up everywhere. But to be able to take all of that plastic. We have plastic so much. And I love that he's doing this. Check him out. Nature Jab. Jab. He's working on something else too. But I just love it. I mean, it's like, Sirena, man, here's a man that has an idea and he works at it every day. You throw all these ideas around, you don't do shit. That's not true. I'm hearing, like, what are you so afraid of? I don't know. I'm not really. I'm just trying to figure out how to do things without, I don't know. Where's my team? You know? Where are you guys? I'm serious. Where the fuck are you? There's so much going around in my head. It's like, where do you start? That's why, I'm starting with this. And talking about it, I guess, is a start as well, right? And I'm not going to say people are going to copy what I'm doing, because I don't think anyone really copies anything. I think we get the same energy because, like Tesla was saying, and how I believe, it's all in the ether. It's all just in the air, right? It's a frequency. It's a frequency. All the information is just floating around. What frequency are you on? I was talking to somebody, came by to visit me last night, and I was talking to him, and it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but it's like the 3D Matrix world, Hold on. Let me see if I have actually wrote anything in here that pertains to... Nope, I haven't wrote anything new in here. This is all from yesterday. The deja vu and the deja vu. Yeah. So... did I talk about that? On 4/8. Oh, today's 4/12. It's the pink full moon. Reinvent from the ground up. Did we talk about this before? Go back to the bottom to go up. Rebirth on a different level. Learn from the past where the future was written. I think I already did that. And, about robots. Doing little things to help aid the body. Small, little, large, major effects. Who made who? Robots, and it's circled. I got simps on there. 6th human experiment, right? That water one thing. To be an assistant to the one, yeah. I wrote portal up there. Oh, yeah, 4/4. From seed to bloom. Okay. Written in the star. Oh, God, this is a lot. Yeah, this, I don't think I did any of these. No. So on 3/31, I was getting all that addicted to change stuff, right? Pick one to release, replace one, implement one thing at a time. Simple. Getting to everything's simplest form. Reverse engineer. Go back to the beginning. You want a flower? Plant the seed. The beginning / simplest form. A seed. Sow a seed, right? Sow a seed, teach the children. We're all the children. Making the most difficult simple. Taking away the view of difficulty, breaking it down. It's going to be hard to, this is going to be easy. I'm going to look at it a different way. Break it down bit by bit. Problem solving. Laying all pieces out on the table, tackling it one piece at a time to get the bigger picture. It's like that whole, well, maybe I did do all this. All right, let's write done here. And what's today? 4/12/25, Saturday. I feel like I just talk about the same shit. Why is that? Because we're not doing it? 11/11. Almost wrote 4/25, so I'm still getting that 4/28. So maybe on the 28th and now the 25th, perhaps there's something going on to look out for, I just heard. Okay. Making the most difficult simple. Yeah. Okay, so I can always tell with certain energies. I'm not sure who that is, but it gives off a certain smell. Certain 1205, certain energies give off certain smells. But just getting back to the simplest, but get out of your own way. Rather than thinking things to death, just get up and do something. You have an idea, just do one thing. Without thinking it to death and you know, I don't know, there's just something about just doing it. Like, I was on the phone with my daughter the other day when I was going through stuff and I worked all day on it. I hadn't planned. I mean, I know all the things I need to do, but I hadn't really planned on it. You know, I was just on the phone and then I just went in there and started doing something. And then it just carried on from there. That kind of thing. Looking at every possible way of something, almost like it's polarity, it's opposite in a sense, right? To get us there. Not thinking of it as a chore or a job or something we have to do. I don't know about you, but my human does not like that kind of shit. Like today, I didn't coconut oil pull the first thing, but I did, you know, after I ended up drinking my warm lemon water, and then I drank a cup of coffee, and then I did my coconut oil pulling, you know. Then I'm drinking some lime water, but I ended up just getting on the ground and doing 10 pelvic tilts. I didn't say this is what I have to do today. I just did that. And then I did some squats, you know. And then, you know, laying there thinking about I've got to get my core. And then relax and release all the muscles, you know. And meanwhile, I'm thinking about all, you know, I got to make this, I got to make that for Easter and for things to sell, and which I don't know how to do, you know, having a shop or something on YouTube. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I want to have group sessions, you know. I've got to kind of get a thing written out so I can go around to places and see if I can hold, you know, some kind of group sessions. I would love to do it, like, if you're in my area, like at Shawnee Mission Park or something where it's beautiful and they have covered things, picnic tables and stuff to sit outside and just have, an awesome time of sharing, of implementing, of working together, just seeing each other face to face and just sharing and talking, getting to know one another. At the same time, we can do healings and we could share our thoughts and we can sit down and just make magic. It's that time. I would love to do that, and it could be donation based. It could be donation based, and we could just have, I have my Be Still and Chill tour and Pause for Peace, but the Be Still and Chill, I imagine that as like a big venue kind of, out in an open grassy area, where people are playing music and everyone's bringing their crafts and all their things they do and things they make or whatever. And we just all get together. I got chills. And we just all get together and, share our things. Bring some stuff to sell if somebody wants to buy stuff, or let's start figuring out a way, where we could use the barter system. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I do Reiki, or I can do pendulums, or I can do energy clearing, I can do this, I can do intuitive touch therapy, there's so many things that I can do. Readings, there's just so many things that I can do. I can do this. What can you do that I need, that we can exchange? It won't cost us anything. And then there's the people that do have money, that, if they want to buy something or whatever, you know what I mean? Just the coming together and figuring it out. Just doing something. And if that doesn't work out, then at least we know what to do next. They're really giving me this whole going with the flow thing and being, thank you, 100% faith. That's all going to work out. I don't know, I don't want to make it, I'm supposed to, not seem like I'm trying to sell myself, so it's hard, there's so many things I can't say. I guess you just have to experience it. I'm somebody that you experience. And lately, in that whole Battle of the Kings things keeps coming around, I'm not romantically involved with anyone, nor do I plan on it. I mean, that would have to be my sent from God. Like, this is the one that will do everything with you, Other than that, I don't want to be involved, because the one partner that's done all the work like me deserves, no matter what I did in my past, deserves the me now. And it means a lot to me, and I feel like it would mean a lot to that person if I was celibate. It's not all about that. So it's self-respect. Because, boy, I was I'm living my life in motion. I don't know. Where there's transparency and no fuckery. We don't have to worry about how we express ourselves and what we say, because, this is a safe circle. You know what I mean? I know they're bringing me that addicted to change thing, and maybe that's what I'll start with. I don't know. I have all these great ideas. I'm just not sure what to do. Get your shit together. Man, when I was starting on my spiritual journey, and I was in my deep healing. I wish I had somebody like me that was like, it won't cost you anything. Just, I will help you. Let's work on this together. It amazes me that nobody wants to do that. I'm not concerned about my abilities because it's God-given. And it just is what it is. I'm a conduit for healing energy. And I have ideas and stuff, but it all just depends on the individual person. So be addicted to change. Be addicted to changing the world. Let's get it. Let's fucking try shit and see what works. Who's down? Anybody. There's so much things that we could do to begin to break ourselves apart, pull ourselves, get out of this societal norm. I mean, some people are going to want to stay here with the cars and the this and the that. And then there's other people that want to, break out of that, to really be free, to eat healthy food, but to be part of that consciousness. I was listening to one of the Edgar Cayce, or maybe, no, it was something else. Maybe it was the Edgar Cayce thing. I don't know. Anyway, it was something. And they were talking about these things that when you leave your body, and he's talking about, like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm experiencing that while I'm still here in my human. And I'm like, oh my God, am I really dead? And it brings me back to my spiritual awakening when I was shown things and I was like, oh my God, because the peace was just like when I died before, except I was sitting in a truck driving down the highway, or riding. I was in the passenger seat, but the experience was so amazing and peace. It was just, everything else melted away for that moment. And I'm like, oh my God, am I dead? And I was listening to these things and I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, that's what we're trying to achieve while we're still alive. In the human. And they're talking about it, achieving those things after you leave your human. You transition. You don't pass away. You transition. And I love that. Tesla, Casey, and something else I was listening to. I generally don't watch things like that. But I love Tesla. And like most of these people, like this, some of these other people, I'm going to post those quotes, but a lot of them, they died alone, broken alone. And it's like, well, I'm here delivering the same messages they believe, and they talked about that they got from the ether, that they got from the higher realms, that they got from that frequency and that vibration, that wavelength. And it's like, I'm getting notifications, and it's like, I'm speaking the same thing. I'm like, oh fuck, I'll probably die alone myself too. Oh well. We come into the world alone. We're going to leave it alone no matter who's with us. What you loose on earth, you loose in heaven. And we can probably pretty much just call heaven the energy, the light source, the transition part before we decide to come into a new body. But be free from its confines of the human in its density. Like I said to the gentleman last night, I said, I finally have gotten to where I want. And I know right away he's thinking the place that I'm at and how things are, but I was talking internally. I reached that point where, it's the opposite of how I used to be. here not that long ago, I would have been all about having some sex, you know, probably like a year ago. But it's not like that. Anyway, my daughter's calling. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Okay?